Okay, so let's talk about the four agreements. This is such a powerful framework based on the work of Don Miguel Ruiz for finally silencing that inner voice of self-sabotage that just holds us back. We're going to explore four really simple, but honestly life-changing principles that can completely reshape your reality. Oh yeah, you know the one. That internal critic that just loves to pop up right when you're about to try something new, or maybe when you make a tiny mistake. It's relentless, isn't it? And frankly, it's exhausting. But have you ever stopped to think, where does that voice even come from? Right, so this is what we call the inner judge. I mean, it's a universal thing. From the time we're kids, we learn all the rules of our society, what's considered right, wrong, good, or bad. And we soak all of that judgment up until we create our own personal judge to enforce all those rules inside our own heads. It becomes this deep, unconscious agreement we make with ourselves to constantly watch and punish our every move. And it just drains us. So the big question is, how do we get out of this trap? Well, that's where the four agreements come in. They are essentially a new code of conduct, a path to free ourselves from this tyranny of the inner judge so we can finally reclaim our energy and build a life that feels authentic and joyful. So let's dive into the first agreement, which is often said to be the most powerful, but also, maybe the hardest one to master. Be impeccable with your word. The way the source material puts it is that our word is like a double-edged sword. It has the power to create the most beautiful dream, to inspire love and connection. Or it can destroy everything around you, spreading fear and doubt. It's like magic, and the power really lies in the intention we put behind the words we choose. So what does impeccable even mean? Well, it literally means without sin. And the biggest sin you can commit with your words? It's self-rejection. Every single time you tell yourself, I'm not smart enough, or I can't do this, you are using this incredible power against yourself. Being impeccable means you stop using your words to attack you. And this is where it gets really interesting. Think about how your words literally cast spells. A single thoughtless comment can plant a seed of doubt in someone's mind that can last for years. Gossip is called black magic because it's just pure poison, only intended to cause harm. And this goes double for our internal dialogue. The words you speak to yourself are literally the spells that create your world. This brings us perfectly to the second agreement, which is like this powerful shield against the misused words of other people. Don't take anything personally. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Everything other people say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own movie. Their opinions, their anger, even their praise, it's all coming through the filter of their own life, their own beliefs. It was never really about you to begin with. Okay, picture this. Someone is filled with their own emotional poison, and they try to dump it on you with an insult or some criticism. Right there, you have a choice. If you take it personally, you're willingly swallowing their poison, and now it's your problem. But if you see it for what it is, their poison, not yours, you become immune. You can just let it go right by. And what's so liberating about this is that it frees you from the trap of constantly needing other people's approval. When you stop making everything about me, you can walk through the world with your heart open, and no one can hurt you with their opinion. You become truly free. All right, let's move on to the third agreement. This one is the key to avoiding so much self-inflicted drama and conflict in our relationships. Don't make assumptions. I mean, seriously, just take a second and think about it. That unanswered text message, that weird look from a coworker, your partner being unusually quiet. Our minds just hate a vacuum, so they rush to fill in the blanks, and they almost always invent the worst-case scenario. We create entire emotional storms based on stories that we made up in our own heads. See, assumptions are what happens when communication isn't there. We react to what we think is going on, not what's actually going on. And of course, this just gives our inner judge more fuel to beat us up with. The antidote is so simple, but it's not always easy. Have the courage to ask questions, to find the truth instead of inventing fictions. And that brings us to the final agreement. This is the one that really acts like the engine that makes the other three actually work. Always do your best. Now hang on, this is super important. This is not about pushing for perfection or burning yourself out. Your best is a moving target. Some days your best is gonna be amazing, but other days when you're sick or tired, your best might just be getting out of bed. And that's okay. It's about giving the right amount of effort for that specific moment without judging yourself for it. And here's the magic of this one. It completely disarms your inner critic. If you know deep down that you did the best you could with what you had in that moment, the inner judge has nothing to attack you with. It has no power over you. There's no room for self-judgment or regret because you can look back and honestly say, I did my best. So when you can finally silence that inner critic, you start to walk a totally new path. Practicing these 4 agreements day by day starts to break all those old limiting beliefs. They become the new foundation for a life of real personal freedom. So here they are, your personal toolkit for creating a new reality. And just remember, this is not about being perfect. It's a practice. If you mess up and break an agreement, don't beat yourself up. Just notice it and start again. Every single day is a new chance to practice. Real transformation doesn't happen overnight. It starts with one small, intentional step. So, looking at these 4, which one of them really speaks to you right now? Just pick one. Focus on that one today, and just watch how it starts to change your world.